Well, that was a conveniently timed end to that song. Thank you very much, Pretzel Rocks. By the way, hey, Pretzel Rocks, thanks for joining the conversation. I've got to remember to add you to my bot list so that you don't get greeted next time, because screw you. It's one of these fingers, but TOS, so I don't remember which one. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, all of my very distinctly human test subjects who are not robots. Welcome into Jedi's Tavern. Thank you for helping me test out my GreeterBot 2.0. I've now got it swapped over, so I've got configuration files to define who people are and what kind of reception they get and everything. And so far, it's actually worked out pretty well, with the exception of Pretzel Rocks that I forgot about last time. And surprisingly, it never ran at just the right timing to put its message in the chat, so I didn't even see it last week, last Saturday when I ran this. So something to do on my to-do list. And then, of course, I've got to actually make it play musical entrances for everybody who's on the special extra VIP list. And that VIP list can now expand since I've got it in configuration files instead of hard-coded in the JavaScript, which is nasty to begin with. But we're looking good going forward here. Welcome into another week of me beating my head on hard mode SnowRunner. I haven't touched the game since last time. I have this very distinct memory of my truck being kind of dipped down in a hill with the giant construction trailer with the little stubby legs all dug into the ground and me not exactly sure how to get out of it. So what better way to kick off the week than start out in a really bad position like that? I have a few options for getting myself out, so I don't think I'm stuck yet. It is possible in hard mode to screw your game so badly that you really have no choice but to delete it and start over. That is my ultimate goal in playing this game, is to not have to do that, but we'll see. Normally when that happens, it's because you've run out of money, and I don't think that's a real threat right now. I think I've got over $15,000 in the bank, or whatever the dollar sign sort of monies are in this multinational game where you have the same denomination across everything, which it only makes sense, I guess, that it's US dollars, because everyone loves US dollars for the moment. Let me pop off the glasses and bring up the game display. Once again, I have done my best to interpret what the crappy font is that they use for the invite code, and have tried to place it down below there. I'm pretty sure that's an 8 versus a capital B. Honestly, I leaned right up against the TV I've got this running on, and I really can't quite tell whether there's an indent on one side but not on the other, making it a B, or if it's just kind of a leany font so it looks different. So, I don't know. Maybe it works. Maybe it doesn't. If someone comes along, wants to join in, try the code below. If it doesn't work, let me know. Worst case scenario, if I bail out of the game back to the main menu and then restart it, it'll generate a new code. We'll go from there. Where does it start me? It always starts me in the garage, even though I've got nothing in the garage. So I've got to go hunt down. Interesting point of order. What do we have? What do we have going on over here? Oh, once upon a time, I was going to go grab that trailer, and then I realized, hey, I'm so close to this big beefy monster over here. I should just tow it across this newly repaired bridge because I think it wants to be dropped off over here at this facility. Local entertainment is definitely not the correct task/contract. So let me take a quick peek through each of these. No, that's not going to make any sense. That's the curtain side that I'm going to need good tires before I can do anything about. And where is... Oh, wait, I know where that is. Yeah, that's the fuel carrier. That's the one that's definitely going to need the bigger, fancier tires. So, not a drill. This is not a drill. Yeah, there we go. This construction rig semi-trailer. That's the one. Doesn't register yet because you have to do these in order, but I was going to get it put in place so that it was good to go. I actually need to acquire metal beams first. I can get metal beams there. I can also get metal beams in town, if I recall. Yeah, over there at the town storage. I no longer have a casual trailer just hanging out over there. And my truck, as it stands right now, if I recall this correctly, I do not have the crane on it, which is going to be problematic. So what I would like to do is finish taking the big construction trailer, yeah, and just kind of lightly drop it off over here at the drilling site. First, let me get this back to tracking. Okay. So I'd like to go and drop it off so that it's in place. In fact, if I could drop it off inside the magic yellow square, then I may not even have to reconnect to it later. That is my ultimate goal, because you have to have a high saddle, and I think at this point there aren't any other truck or any other trailers that are going to need that. Yeah, that one needs a big flatbed trailer to tow it on. That's just a regular low saddle, so if I drop this where it's going to end up needing to go, then as soon as I drop this one off, it should automatically register this next one and count as mission complete. Welcome back to the Fleet Star. Yeah, I got the front end and I put it down in this little depression right here, which has allowed those stupid little stubby feet to dig in. So what I need to do is, as I recall, those two trees back there on the left aren't sturdy enough to allow me to winch backwards on. So what I really need to do is kind of pull the cab itself off into this copse someplace. Worst case scenario, I detach from the trailer, drive around to the back, pull the whole thing backwards a little bit, flip back around to the front, and then actually stay on the road instead of driving off on the shoulder here like I did. I believe I got to yammering kind of like I am now. Didn't exactly pay attention to where I was going, and bloop, in the hole. So let's start out by going to four-wheel drive. And let's see if I can get any purchase in reverse. Walker's on. None of those are just going to work right off the bat. So let's see what happens. Give myself a little sideways Yankadoodle. Look at that. Yankadoodle's a technical term. You don't need to look it up. You can just trust me on that. All right. Hey, we're moving forward. We're not moving forward super fast, but forward is forward. It counts. Headlights on for safety. Because we can't afford beacons yet. Actually, you know what? We could afford beacons. I just haven't been back to the garage to put any on. Don't cut back too hard here. We still have stupid little stubby legs to have to worry about. Get it to clear. I think I can. I can't quite. I can get close enough to try to winch. Try better. Okay, well, we're getting a little bit of forward movement. Okay, I can work with this. Ooh, yeah, I could definitely work with that. That one right there. Give it a pull. Keep pulling. There we go. Winch power is free, so I'm going to keep using it for as long as I can here. Ooh, this is a steep hill. Should have gone to low with the lockers first. Now we go into low and slow mode. Get the little stubbies over the crest of the hill here. Look at that. It's like victory. Stay away from the tree. Stay out of the deep ruts. Try not to crash into the Chevy. I got so many rules. Jedi greeters on the lookout. I've built it so I can set a command to change the time interval on that. But the message is in a configuration file now. It's not hard-coded, but I can't change it on the fly. Not that I have an overwhelming need to, but just in case anyone asks. Yeah, I think we got another small stubby leg problem. Oh, wait, here we go. Stubby legs are clearing. Oh yeah, these are some of the terrible memories from early game. Actually, the little stubby leg problem kind of continues on throughout. Getting the Zix 605 mostly ended up taking care of that problem for me, though. That thing has so much tire grip and so much power that it was able to get me unstuck a couple of times when even my buddy the Taiga would end up getting the trailer stuck. I got bad news, Chevy. Maybe a little upside down for a little bit. Sorry. But it was just too much effort for me to change vehicles for a couple of seconds to move you, so we'll flip you back over on the way back. Ooh, there is a trailer hanging out over here still. But I don't have the crane, so it's not really going to help. I'm going to lockers now before I end up stranding myself. I think it's going to clear this hill. I hate the stubby legs. I hate them! Hey, Mrs. Jedi has joined the chat. She gets the special love dog. Oh, Probably shouldn't call it that. That's a little weird. I won't call it that publicly. It's just between us. A little more engaging once I find a way to get this trailer to its eventual destination. I think it was a little stuck on a sign, but that's okay. I just pushed it through the earth. It didn't mind. I think there's going to be enough mud that I'm going to want to go back to diff lock. That is a maintenance trailer. It's going to have repair and fuel. And why is it turning the opposite direction? Oh, God, I still had a winch attached to something. That's why. It's not just the truck is driving straight while I'm trying to turn because the front wheels aren't to the ground. It's actively turning the wrong way. There we go. Problem fixed. Welcome in, Mrs. Jedi. I take that to mean that you have managed to work your way up in between school/work/other meetings, so congratulations to you. I will be in charge of dinner hunting at the end of the stream today, which means the stream is going to be ending pretty close to 6 o'clock. Because we all gonna get hangry by that point. There we go. Detached trailer. Now for the exciting part, let's see if I can get out of this slight mud pit. If I had good tires, it wouldn't even be a question. But I don't. This, however, finally, if I remember, is my opportunity to go ensure that there are tires on this thing. Is this? No, that one needs to be delivered somewhere. Damn it, I can't really steal anything out of it. Normal mode almost doesn't care. Hard mode cares. When the client wants their trailer full of stuff, they actually want the stuff still in it because they're a bunch of selfish jerks. Good news is that with all the struggling and everything involved, I only use just a hair over half a tank. So I should be able to get back over here without running out, because that would be embarrassing. Ooh. And I forgot, automatic with the throttle down kind of lends itself to the occasional damage. Huh. That's a weird position you've ended up in. There you go. Problem solved. You're welcome, Chevy. We'll just leave it parked in the water there. That'll keep it fresh. Keep the juices circulated. At some point, we'll need that. We'll come back for it then. Okay, definitely going to move faster through this terrain now without the giant trailer slowing us down. I got to get back to the garage so I can swap out this high saddle for a low saddle and put the crane back on so that I don't have to spend the family fortune auto-loading cargo. Plus, eventually I'm going to start hitting that cargo that's lying on the ground that you don't even have the auto-load choice. So I probably wanted to cut a little farther inland, because there's a lot of mud in that. Yeah, we made it. By the way, I see what you did there, SnowRunner. Started me off just as the sun was about to set, just so you could taunt me with a little daylight, and then boom, SnowRunner darkness. I think SnowRunner has trademarked darkness. At least they've got a copyright or a patent on it or something. And they use it for all it's worth. Yeah, we're barely going to use any fuel at all getting back without a trailer attached. Like that. Turn off the four-wheel. Well, okay, now I've slid far enough. I'm kind of committed to going around this side. It's okay. Refuel. That's actually below half tank. I might have to go refill it someday, but I finally have the money for it. I think. Ooh, I'm almost at 17,000. A little nervous about these tires, but the all-wheel drive is just going to have to see me through and going over the short way to the garage. It's going the long way around the farm. It's going to burn fuel. In a situation like this, I kind of really don't need it. That other river crossing up by the bridge I had to repair. That one can get a little hairy with these highway tires. So that one I don't mind occasionally taking a slightly longer way around. Let's see. I want to avoid the worst of the mud if I can. Nope, I found it anyway. Let's go back this way. Imagine that. It's dark in SnowRunner and I missed where the edge of the bad mud field was. This way has some mud, but I don't think it's as steep. It's got some stuff I can winch onto. Don't go messing with me now. Man, I wish I could see. Let's winch from the butt. There we go. Butt winching usually works much better when you're stuck in the mud like that. Okay, and we're out again. Hey, welcome back to the garage. I am not going to spend the $2,500 to fix the body. The body can absolutely suck it. Let's see if I've unlocked anything good. I have unlocked the off-road transmission, which would be really nice. But that's most of my money. Don't think I can really complain about that. Ooh, there we go. Free raised transmission, or suspension. Taking that. This gives me a shot at better tires. Oh, damn. Still only the highway ones. What do I have to be? Rank 6 to get all terrains. 8 for off-roads. I really don't care about chained, at least not in Michigan. So I need rank 6 to get the tires I really want. Oh. The bigger tires. I'm going to need to do some bigger tires. Can I sell these for half price? Yeah, I can. Okay. Yeah, that helps out. That's a good deal. And in that case... Yeah, okay, I can sell off the extra stock suspension. Let me think this through here in hard mode real quick first. To buy it back, I'd have to... I'm assuming that means it's going to be $4,700 if I have to buy it back. I would never need it back for this truck. The scenario I'm thinking of is I find another truck and get an upgrade, and it can take the same suspension. Do I want to buy... Yeah, if it came with a stock, I can't just directly swap them. I'd have to buy something. You know what? I'm not going to worry about it right now. I could use the cash. Can't do that yet. That's already engageable. Can't get the spare wheel, which is just as well. The snorkel. So far, I haven't found anything deep enough to warrant that. I did already sell the rear wheel drive because we're never going back. And out here. What is this? Okay, rank 6. Lots of good stuff's going to start opening at rank 6. Don't need it in the meantime. I'm not doing logging missions. Oh, hey, I'm catching up here. Did I watch the season finale of Mando? You bet I did. Mrs. Jedi and I were up at 4 or 4:30 this morning for various reasons, and so I took advantage of the opportunity to catch up on my Wednesday shows before starting work. So yeah, Mando was number 1 on the list. I have feelings about it. Do I need to lurk and go watch it? Well, yeah, you can. You know, I'm not, as far as you know, I'm not your mom. Although I think we talked about that being on a fee basis at one point, but no, you can do anything you want. The general consensus, well, you know what? Find out on your own. I don't even want to pretend to spoil, so forget it. We're not going to. I don't want the metal detector. Oh, good. I can put the fire tank on that I can't use here. Ah, sweet crane. And sweet that. I'm just going to go ahead and leave the saddle in inventory. Doesn't cost nothing. Don't sell for nothing. So we'll just leave it dirty. I'm spending $600 on a beacon in hard mode because I'm just that addicted to them. I don't care about most of this stuff, I don't think. The one thing that's kind of nice sometimes, some of these have higher set bumpers that make terrain maneuvering a little better, but I think just going with the raised suspension is enough to get what I need right now. I don't need the horns. I definitely don't need the stupid step things. Oh, yeah, I don't need any of that stuff. Stock, yeah, it's just on that one side, but it's plenty high. Yeah, no one cares about the rims. Well, sometimes. Some of the rims are cool. Some of them are not. Exterior sticker. We probably need that. Oop. Jedi greeters still on the lookout. General consensus say what? See, now I've pulled you in. Ooh, the Wild Truck Association. That sounds good. Lucky Path. Oh, the Mud Monster. Except it's not. It's really not a Mud Monster. The Route Searcher. Off-Road Club 16. King of the Hill. Oh, it's an accidental preview from the original release of the game to the next truck DLC. The Mastodon is coming. Men of Fair Fortune. The Topographists. I think I like that one. Trophy Pros, Trophy Raiders, The Winged Mechanic, The Thing of Beauty, Beaucamon, Dirty Good Boy. Nope, I can't in good conscience put that on my truck. Hard only, nope. Not a problem. It's not bad. Top Gear. Truck. I think that summarizes it right there. Truck. For Mother Russia with the bear. But no, we're just going to go with this. This is a truck. Zoop. Close that up. Nope, I've been in the garage so long that it ran out of music. Damn. Yes, actually, he was the prior general. He was assassinated and then replaced by Grievous. He actually had 5 arms and 7 lightsabers. Grievous was always jealous. What the hell am I doing? Okay, well I know I got to leave the garage. We're gonna start there. I need 2 sets of metal beams, and I need them delivered to the not a drill site. So what's the easiest way to do this? Probably the easiest way is to go grab that trailer, because it's the nice long flatbed that'll hold 5 slots, and I only need 4 to get both metal beams, and I don't have to balance anything on one of these godforsaken dolly wagons. There's dolly wagons everywhere. I hate those things. Oh, that's right, we discovered I should be able to sell those for half price. I should start doing that at some point. Yeah, there's one right there, but that's not going to help me right now. So let me run over and grab the trailer, and then I've got to decide, do I want to risk the mud road over to this warehouse and back, or do I want to take the safer but longer route to town to get those? And I think the fact that I just threw the word safer in there probably answers my own question. It's going to be a little bit farther of a drive, but hey, town has $2 gas, so yeah, it's not bad. Okay, headlights on, brake off. I'm remembering where I'm going. I now have a beacon! Okay, we're cooking. I got a little bit of damage. Just a hint. Wow, it is dark. If I can get this to line up. Yeah, there we go. Let me do a quick bit of repairing. 21. It's only 21 points. It's not bad. Okay, there we go. $2 gas, but how much is their coffee? Hey, bud, this is Michigan. Coffee's free. I think it's one of the laws there. That's what I've heard. Oh man, if I could buy coffee by the gallon, I would. When I worked at AT&T, I had a manager, and he honestly went through about a gallon a day in his coffee habit. One day I was working down over in his end of the building. God, that's going to require explanation, isn't it? The managers tended to be completely separate from the riffraff. This particular manager, he had been with the company for so long that he had one of these slightly cushy offices that was near a window. So when the building was expanded at one point, he exercised his option to stay in that same office and not move to the opposite side of the building where it was expanded and take a nicer, more plush office, but did not come with windows. So if you wanted to go see him, you had to hike, because this was literally a 1 million square foot factory building that had offices kind of built on in various corners. By the end of my tenure, they actually built a development building out front, and then everything changed, and everyone had some kind of access to the window. Things were better. But long way around to that story. I spent most of my day down at his end of the building once, because I had a whole bunch of meetings, and they happened to all be down there. So I would pop in on him every so often, and I counted him going through at least 3 complete pots of coffee in that day. Chances are good he probably went through more, but I wasn't there to personally validate those. I think he could have benefited from coffee by the gallon. I will talk as though I would love coffee by the gallon, but I'm going to be realistic. Eventually the acid's going to build up, and my stomach's going to churn, and I won't be able to stop peeing, and it would just be a nasty mess. So $1.50 is really all I can afford at that particular rate, I think. How often did he use the bathroom? Yep, that's probably a really interesting question. Not as often as you would expect, and I think it is related to the fact that even though he was quote-unquote old even at the time, he had a really bad, it wasn't World of Warcraft. It was one of those ye old-timey MMORPGs, but he had a bad addiction to it. So he would go home from work eventually, and then he would stay up and he would play whatever it was, until between 2 and 4 in the morning, and then he would be back at work between 6 and 7. So he was a physical anomaly. I gotta figure out what the hell this thing is so I can decide where it needs to be delivered to. What is that icon? I think that icon is vehicle spare parts. Let me take a quick look at what we got working out here. Will it let me preview some of these? Yeah, well... Drilling equipment is different. Oh, that's lots of drilling equipment. Oh, yeah, that's right. That one becomes a pain. Materials order. Work for old sweet. No, wait, that says sweat. Is this one? There it is. Yes, that is vehicle spare parts. They do want to go to the old house, which I think is over here. Is this the one? It might be this one up here with the Scout 800. I think that one is old house. It's either that one or it's this one over here with the upgrade. Unfortunately, it's locked, so it's not going to do me any good. So what I would like to do now, I want to take this trailer. I want to go back this route. I think I want to drop the vehicle spare parts in that little godforsaken trolley trailer. Then I am going to come around. I'm going to come bowling my way into town like I own the place. I'm going to pick up metal beams here, and then I'm going to turn around and bring the metal beams back to this drilling station. That's going to let me finally put those vehicle spare parts somewhere that isn't my precious blue trailer. It wasn't RuneScape, but it was something... Oh, God, it's been so long, because this would have been 98? I'm going to squeeze my forehead like that will help me think. It might have even been before 98. Yeah, it was forever ago. Oh, hey, look at that. The sun came up while I was busy squeezing my forehead, so it paid off. Can I do that in real life, too? Oh, yes, please do. It'll be important for the progression of this story. And honestly, there are probably a couple of candidates, and I wouldn't remember which one. I just know that I was involved in the beta for Ultima Online. That was my first real MMO RPG experience. And as it happened, it took them a long time to finally track this issue down. It was on dial-up. And the problem was that the phone company in the Denver/Littleton area where I was living at the time, it was incapable of a full proper transmission, over modem line back to the headquarters servers in Houston, or I don't know where their server headquarters were, but wherever they were, it was my physical location on the Earth and the phone lines between here and there that caused me to be unable to play the game with any level of quality. And what else are they going to do? Their answer to that was, well, what can we do? Sorry. It was a beta, so I hadn't actually paid for the game or anything. So it kind of soured me right out of the gate on MMORPGs. From that point on, for me, they were all just substandard because of low quality graphics and bad connections, because they had to be that way in order to be able to run with any level of efficiency. And I don't know, some of them after that were probably better than that, but then they all got predatory, so I have very, very little actual time spent RPGing. It is definitely not Doofus. Or Dofus. Dofuzz. Yeah, I don't even know what that one is. I've never heard of it. EverQuest it might have been. Or EverQuest 2? Because it was called Evercrack, as I recall. It definitely lived up to its name. I want to think there was one other out at the time, and it's entirely possible that he might have been a big player on both. I'm going to pull that one just a little bit out, because I don't want to promote it. But yeah, one of the EverQuests. That's the one I'm probably going to go with, even if you find more. Just because that makes the most sense. But yeah, he would leave work. Realistically, it was probably more often than not after 6, sometimes 7. So he would put in a lot of 12-hour days, because AT&T was balls. And then he would get home, he would eat, and then he would jump on the computer, and he would play until ridiculous hours of the night. And then he would get routinely 2 or 3 hours of sleep, and then he would come back into work. Lather, rinse, repeat. And honestly, I would not be shocked to learn that he has died in the 25 years since my story began. God, that was a long time. AT&T is balls. Yeah, it really was. That is still one of the happiest days of my work career was the day that I finally got laid off. The layoffs had been running pretty constantly for a span of 3 years, and my team of 15 was down to 2.8 of us. There was one woman on our team who had a child, which was typically the kiss of death. We had another woman who was laid off while she was on maternity leave. Probably illegal, but I don't think anyone pushed it. This one woman, she was particularly good and integral to the team. So they allowed her to actually have her child and keep her job, but she dropped to a 4-day work week. And then they had to decide one of the 3 of us had to go, and only one of us didn't have kids. So I finally got let go after 3 years, and it was one of the biggest reliefs because that place was a nightmare at that point. And then 2 months later, my manager was laid off. The 0.8 woman would have been laid off, but she just flat out chose to quit first. And then the one remaining full-time guy would have been laid off, but he applied for another job at AT&T, but in Texas. So he had to move to Texas in order to remain employed. Ooh, hey, still on the lookout. Look at that. So excited about the potential AT&T and AT&T mobile merger. Oh, yeah. What was the one that they bought and then they merged back in with themselves? Remember the logo was orange? That's all I remember. And then, yeah, I went through a divestiture and a trivestiture while I was there. I actually worked as a contractor at AT&T. And then right as I converted to full-time employee, I think that one was the divestiture. And I got spun off with the new Lucent company. And then Lucent got trivested. I think trivested. And I got spun off to Avaya. So I actually had I got paychecks from 4 different companies while sitting in the same chair for 8 years. So pretty American major business. Gotta do this. I gotta get lined up correctly for this, because I've gotta not use the autoloader. Oops, bounce. I'm caught on an invisible hitbox. Everyone stand by. Did I get a severance? Remarkably, yes. They called, in the initial rounds, they called for people. Gather around, everybody. We're going to have story time now. So in the initial rounds, when they first started having financial issues, they called for anyone and everyone who was near to retirement age to go ahead and take a slightly early retirement, and they were given the full benefit package of a standard age retirement. And a lot of them got the little bitty golden parachutes as a bit of a pot sweetener to go on top of it. But there were only so many of those people in that sweet spot that they targeted, and so I'm sure it was people who were probably targeting themselves in that area. So they got really good deals out of it. And then, as major layoffs go, the benefits get smaller and smaller. The better an employee you are, so they hold on to you longer, the benefit gets smaller and smaller. I was actually able to get, what did it break down to? I think it was either 1 or 2 months advanced notice. So I was still on the payroll. And if I wanted to come into the building in order to have access to the internet through the company, because this mostly predated high-speed internet, I think at that point I actually had them separate. And at one point, they actually started to rehire a little bit. And I applied for my literal old job, just kind of to see. Okay, it tells me that Twitch is unstable, but not broken. I'm thinking very, very hard. So yeah, I'm back. It's perfectly fine. So at one point, I applied for my literal job back. I read the description, and it was what I was doing. And I'm sure the answer was that they just weren't going to hire anybody back because they were worried about angry people being rehired and then causing sabotage. And honestly, I can't blame them because there were some very angry people. But rather than saying, oh, I'm sorry, layoffs are ineligible for rehire because this is probably illegal, they told me I didn't have proper qualifications for doing what I had been doing for 8 years. And I found that even funnier. So there we go. Story time in a nutshell. That was entertaining. I remembered to turn off the engine on my truck, so I didn't waste any fuel. I burned a little battery with the headlights on, but dude's in there probably listening to the radio anyway, so he was busy burning stuff. But electricity's free. Let's see. Where did I need to be? No, do not auto-load me. I need to go to the loading platform, which should be the red box right there. I may never have actually manually loaded from this dock before. I've always known that the red box is here, but I don't think I've ever actually used it. Hey, look at that. It's just sitting right there. So, let's go get this stuff. I ain't paying no $300 for some kid to come out and load this for me. Not when I can play with my own crane. See if I can tip the whole truck sideways trying to pick up these beams. There we go. Let's see about giving you lined up at least a little bit here. Oh, oops, no wait, that's not. Nope. Stay. That's good. Let's see. Push that there a little bit. And here's what they don't teach you in truck driving school. You can just push that bad boy down there a little farther with the crane. No one has to know. And then that makes convenient room for this one. You don't have to play too many extra loading games to get this one on board. Come on, let go. There you go. Don't go up, go down. Let's see if we can get you rotated. Okay, I tell you what. You rotate super slow. So before... Oh, no, I hit too many buttons. Oh, that was a whole lot of buttons that didn't need to be hit. Let me go back. Okay, thank you. Pack it as is? Yes, I can. Okay, stand clear, everybody. Watch your toes. And beams back to the drilling site. Make sure to check Michigan's laws on idling vehicles. Oh, you are not kidding. I can't tell you the number of times I've gotten ticketed in this game. Actually, the one that I can't tell you how many times is in American Truck Simulator. I've gotten a lot of tickets in that game. I don't think any have been for idling, but they may well have been. Usually it's for, hitting other cars. Oh, sorry. Or, running red lights. The ones that annoy me are when you get ticketed for turning right on red in states that allow it. I call BS on their damn European developers not getting the right turn rules right. And 73 meters. Okay, we're good. The beacon's still on, so we are still safe. In fact, wow, we're going really fast for a change, so I gotta slow down before I start taking damage. You did this job before, we'll let you slide into it. Not to say, yeah, that was pretty much the way it worked. See, I looked up at chat for a second and almost rolled the truck, because that is how this game rolls. Pun not intended, but I will accept it because it's applicable. Turn on dirt gear again. Let's see how we do up this slightly muddy hill. Highway tires. At least I've got the bigger highway tires now. It helps about that much extra. I do notice I'm actually crawling up this hill though. I'm not positive I was actually able to do this last time with a load on the trailer. So I think those bigger tires are helping. Can't wait until I get up to 6th rank and get me some all-terrains. And what was it, 8th for off-road? It's not too bad beyond there. Chained tires I would have literally no use for until the Alaska. Play this in normal mode. I like to go, all the way out to 100% completion in a region before moving to the next region. I don't think I'm gonna feel the same way about this run here. I think completing the main regional tasks, which generally correspond to completing all of the formal contracts versus the tasks. I think that's probably enough to satisfy me on these. In this game, though, when you want to move your trucks to another region, you actually have to pay for that too. So you can't just go hopping back and forth. I know a lot of people who do the hard mode runs, they actually just flat out buy separate vehicles for separate regions. At $17,000 or $18,000. I don't have enough to do that at this point, so I'm definitely not going to Alaska right now anyway. It's an interesting note that when I started the hard mode, it actually just auto-completes what are generally considered the tutorial missions for you. And so you start with the first bridge already repaired. You actually start at the garage with the Chevy pickup, instead of having to drive around, find all this stuff, and do those initial missions on your own. And usually one of those missions, as soon as you discover the garage, is that it makes you transport yourself to Alaska just to demonstrate how to change regions. And then that's where the tutorial ends, when you're in Alaska. So you have to immediately remember your last lesson in order to be able to get back from Alaska. Or you can just keep going there, whatever you want to do. But you typically get there in this truck if you have actually switched into it. Otherwise you get that horrible, I think it's the GMC monster over at the trailer park that you start with. So that's the first truck that you have to find, and that's what you use to fix the first bridge. But this one doesn't have you transport to Alaska because it would have to charge you for it. Exactly where I want to be, but that's enough to get the beams delivered. Do a little construction. Okay, stop engine. Let's figure out where we are. I need to go get the oil rig. The oil rig drill. I'm fine with just making upwards. Do I have to go to a different map to get that one? Not a drill. Deliver to the... No, it is this one. So it has the gateway to Smithville Dam highlighted. Which button? Well, okay, let's go see. Luckily, when Kampu joined in a couple sessions ago, she ran over and did the discovery over here, so I have access to it. So hard mode is hard. I definitely delivered in Black River. That part is fine. I don't remember having to come over here. I think you end up delivering one kind of somewhere out here in the dark cloud. But I don't remember having to come all the way over here to pick it up and then go all the way back. I thought this one was doable entirely on the Black River map. Jedi Greeter, on the lookout. I would say I should definitely tweak the timing on that, but yeah, I don't know. That's not too awful bad. I think it defaults to 15 minutes. How are we doing with my does it chime in more or about... I think it's set at the same frequency with the Streamlabs. So yeah, we'll let it roll for the time being. Man, I've got a whole bunch of these watchtowers I really should go hunt down. So, okay, so that's all about the logs. That's other stuff. Maybe if I click on it, this will help me a little bit. It only needs to help me a little bit. Like the whole, do I really need to go to a different map or not? Factory's got service spare parts. I've already picked up the big trailer. There's the Kodiak I could go save. Oh yeah, that's right. That's why I had to pick up over there originally. I was going to go check out scoring that upgrade. Stuck trailer. I need a little bit better tire. The one single upgrade isn't quite enough. I'm going to need to do a little more. Riverside repair is a task that I haven't started yet. Same with motel woes. I wanted to think that the oil rig came from somewhere up here between the factory and the log station, but man, it might be over on that other map. And if it's over on the other map, that's going to be problematic because I do not have almost any of that opened up yet. I tell you what, we're gonna take a little break then. We're gonna let that stew for a few minutes, and we are gonna go see about picking up that upgrade. I think to do that, I'm actually gonna need to follow the road back up to the highway and drop down right down here. I think is where I need to come down. So let me set that up there. I think especially this truck with these tires isn't going to make it over that big rock. Definitely can't go around the rock. This water gets deep. worried about that mud there for a minute. This truck definitely has better tires than the starters. So it actually does really well there in the mud. Really well enough in the mud. I don't think it's going to do very well up through the trees and the steep stuff and the rocks and everything. So we'll just drive it around here. This road shouldn't pose too much of a challenge to it. He says this, he's immediately going to be challenged by something, no doubt. Just occurs to me, I am missing my beacons. Hey, Miss Silvermoon! Welcoming everybody, be cool. Yeah, that looks familiar. I haven't done that too badly to myself today. I get extra cautious here in hard mode. It's good music jams working. I'm doing self-assessed okay here in hard mode. I am definitely falling victim to the we're not going to always tell you where the source of the things are that you need to deliver. Since I can't find where the big drilling equipment is, we're going on a little side mission. We're going to go grab an upgrade. So far, things have gone reasonably well. Oh, you couldn't stop? Yep. Well, I hung out with you for as long as I could. Technically, I could probably have kept it running over here on the side, but then eventually you would have stopped and I wouldn't have noticed, and then that would have been rude. So instead of give them a wave, we'll rejoin you tomorrow for some Biomutant. Like I mentioned before, I've seen a whole bunch of streamers play that game. I really like it, but I've never touched it myself. Yeah, it's one of those that I'm pretty sure I would only be able to play on the Steam Deck right now, and I don't know that that game catches my my interest level in the small version like that. I think I would much rather have it on a bigger screen, which I'm not rigged for right now. I figure if I'm going to drop out on you, doing it on the YouTube stream works out a little better than cutting out on the Twitch ones. I think. Okay, I'm gonna put a marker down. I'm gonna be professional about this. I'm gonna go ahead and put a couple of down. There we go. Just so I have a vaguely rough idea of what I'm doing, because I thought this road was the one I wanted to follow. So I mentioned earlier, I've got my greeter bot rewritten so that it's actually using some configuration files now to know who you are and who to say hi to. And oh, hey, Gingy, welcome in. You have tracked me down. Nico was here earlier. Wait, I don't think I'm doomed yet. I can't get myself into all-wheel drive. There we go. I turned to look at chat and stick myself in a barrel of mud. Oh, I was just missing four-wheel drive. So, welcome in, Gingy. This is what we do when we're not playing Nico's old games. We are playing the new hotness instead, although this game's about 34 years old now. Me, I found an upgrade. What's this for? Ooh, upgrade for the Fleet Star. Well, that could come in handy. I could definitely use the better engine on it. So let's accept that. Let's save some gas and then see what we're on next to. And hey, Tonka! Oh, did you, Oh, no, it's not this one. Okay, that one's parked. Just for you, Tonka, since you bring it up. Nope, it's not the GMC. The GMC can suck it. Can I... No, I don't want you to start up. I want you to zoom. If you can catch the sticker on the hood there. Nah, I can't zoom in. There you go. Truck. That was a long way to go for just a stupid sticker joke, but it matched your chat, so, you know, I had to. Okay, where were we? Well, we were over here with the Chevy. I think this one over here is a, hey, look, you found it. If you fix it, you can keep it kind of truck. Oh, nope. One is, okay, that is one that's tied to a task, but I'm betting the task sits in front of it. This poor little Chevy is definitely not going to be towing that thing out of the water. Definitely not. Probably not. It's got okay tires. It might be able to do it, but not if there's too much mud. Where else was I looking at going? I could come claim the Scout and the other upgrades sitting over here. I've got a whole bunch of watchtowers that I haven't bothered to open, just because I spent so much time in Michigan. I kind of know where stuff is, but maybe I should give this guy here at least a little bit of exercise. See if it can make it to that initial watchtower. Doesn't have all-wheel drive, doesn't have diff locks, has bad tires. Everything about this truck is just terrible. That's why it's normally your very first truck. But let's see if I can get it to go over one hill. Find the watchtower. Okay, there's the watchtower right there. Pretty sure it does have at least a winch on it, so that might be enough to get us where we need. I don't know, it's tough. Yes, that one is correctly labeled. I don't believe they have one labeled pickup that I can put on the Chevy CK, but if they did, I would. Okay, here comes the hard part. Let's see if we can hill climb. If it doesn't make it, there's a tree right here that I think I can butt winch off of. Okay, butt winch. You know it. I spent too much time with this truck early game. Ooh, a little cinematic. Yeah, that house down there that I don't think has any purpose. Pinewood Express. Oh, yeah, it's a contest. Contests are not happening here in hard mode. They are all way too frustrating for me to waste anybody's time on. Okay, well, that upgrade was already spotted, but now it's... Oh, no, this one was spotted. Oh, there's two upgrades. Unfortunately, I've got the worst possible truck for trying to go find them. What I really want to do is go figure out where that drilling equipment is stashed out here. Because it's not there. It's not the kind... I don't think it's the kind that's sitting on a trailer waiting for me. Or is a giant trailer itself. I'm pretty sure it's one of the big 4-slot oversized storage containers. That one doesn't have it. King of the Hill. There's another contest. No, actually, that one is a task, but I think that's the one where you have to drive in first person. And that one's a guaranteed rollover accident for me right now. Watchtower, 2 upgrades, and the Scout all along this upper road, which would be a piece of cake with the pickup, but I don't have the pickup over here right now. Don't need the trailer store. I should look at getting this rock slide fixed. What does it take? Just so it stops being yellow. Rock slide needs service spare parts and 1 metal beam. I know where the metal beam lives. Metal beams right there. Service spare parts, though. Yeah, that factory's got the icon on, so that's where those come from. Oh, or the warehouse, either way. But what I really want is the drilling equipment. Because with the drilling equipment, the oil rig drill, I can finish this contract off, and that should be worth some decent money. No, that's the diesel. Yeah, yeah, that one's over $7,000. I want that one, but it isn't going to share with me where the oil rig drill currently lives, and that is super mean of it. It's not at the log station. It's just not. That's stupid. The log station would have been added by one of the later DLCs that added logging, so that's not going to be where it starts. I thought if it was at the factory, it would actually tell me. That's the weather station. That warehouse doesn't have it. My other alternative is to drive to the other map. Maybe I should just do that. Drive over to the dam and see if that gives me any helpful pointers. If it really is over there on the other map. Because I'm definitely not finding it over here. I don't have anything in a good position to grab the spare parts that rock slide wants to be repaired. So that means I've got to take the side road here. Let me set that up. I got this truck, and it's reasonably decent road the whole way to the other map. As my voice gets higher and higher as I wonder about that. If you're stuck with this thing in the early game for driving along through a lot of these areas, it probably maybe ought to work okay here. I'm curious, does the price of gas change? No, it's still $2 a liter. Yeah, you know what? I'll drop a 20 on it. A $24 bill, whatever it takes. So let's go make a quick trip over to the Smithville Dam. See if that being on that map maybe helps identify the source of drilling equipment. That contract, that specific contract, has been so long. That one is, that's got to be at least a year since I did it. Do not remember whether it's sourced off of this map or not. I remember doing I finished this map in its entirety first. Everything that could be done on this map I got done. And then I started the ones that involved going over to the dam. Because that's where parts were, or because that's where the delivery destinations were. I don't remember which category this contract fell into. I do know that their contracts tend to be the ones that become multi-map affairs, more so than the tasks. Let me make sure I'm doing things in the right direction here. Okay, keep going that way. I am not going to try pushing this all the way up the hill to go claim the Scout 800. This truck probably would make it, maybe. But there are a lot of question marks in that particular statement. Right here. doing our best to push up this hill. I'm losing sight of the road with this weird light condition because of course it's about to become nighttime again. Keep pulling. There you go. Oh, hey, it actually was stuck on something. Not just slipping. This road surface stayed pretty dry. I believe, yeah, there is a task right over here. I am going to dive in and sign up for it, just so it shows up. This is the road that then turns uphill, does a bunch of switchbacks, and eventually ends up at the top at a house with a Scout 800 that apparently the owner just lets you steal. He doesn't care. I've had that Scout for the entire game, including all DLCs. Not once has he called the cops to report it stolen, so that's pretty awesome. Oh yeah, that one you have to go swimming to get to. I have zero faith in this truck to get across that water though, so we are going to stay over here on the dry side. The Fleet Star, I would do that right now. Especially now that it's got the raised suspension and the slightly larger tires. I think it could make it through the water there, but this one, not a chance. Highway tires, rear wheel drive only. It's going to get those rear wheels down in the water and it's going to immediately come to a halt. And I'm pretty sure that there's no backing out either at that point. You can't winch. It's not going there. Yeah, even here it's already stuck and it's only barely muddy. But we made it to the side of the road. Can we make it onto the road? This is bordering on lame. Can you go anywhere? Wow. If it wasn't nighttime, I could see how those rear wheels are doing. Actually going to get stuck. It couldn't pull the grade up onto the road surface. And I have no idea whether it's caught on something or if the wheels are just spinning in the mud or anything. Nothing in that direction to winch to. Looks like nothing out front. This game can be so frustrating. I can at least see the front wheel pivoting as I try to turn. But it's no front wheel drive, so I know it's not spinning. If I get around the back, I can't see wheel spin. Or maybe if I look on my laptop instead of on the TV. Nope. I hate you, GMC. I hate you. I've always hated you. I hate you even more now. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Wow, did you actually watch the entire Mando season finale in this time? Wow, I have totally lost track of time then, because it was a good 42 to 50 minutes. No, no, the GMC does not go. That's the problem, Nico. If you hadn't been busy watching the Star Wars instead. But yeah, okay. So now you've seen it. Everybody else has seen it. Everybody but Nico had already seen it prior. That's the general consensus, is that it was very meh. All of the wild predictions about what would happen, not a single one came through. Nothing. It 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 wasn't one of the weird, CSI Star Wars filler episodes, which by the way was actually pretty cool. Even the cognitive dissonance going on with Lizzo and Jack Black and Doc Brown being guest stars, it was still a pretty good episode for what it was. But yeah, that. Oh, Tonka, congratulations! You have succeeded in auto-modding, and over the weirdest things too. I could totally see it if you just dove into every chat and went as foul mouthed as you could make up. But no, you pick the esoteric words that the Automod just loves to see. More often than not, you get to the end of a season and then surprised when there aren't more episodes. Well, yeah, that's a personal problem. Although most of the time there actually are more episodes, you just have to wait for them. And I can see that being the hard part. Yeah, well, yeah, true. I guess that was the point of that episode. Especially now that we're in the robopocalypse. Or the robot economy. Yeah, it was the robot economy. That's what we got started today. And that's what the greeter here is busy doing. I have enslaved it, and I am non-repentant. Don't understand the entire point. Okay, I've actually figured out what it is that you were talking about. I think the point in frying the scientist was so that the New Republic couldn't begin to have access to his clone tech. And that apparently Moff Gideon decided that only he should be having that. So that's where the brain fry went. The droid apocalypse, that comes after the robopocalypse. When the droids make themselves even, or when the robos make themselves even better and they become droids. I'm just sitting here stalling while I try to figure out how the hell am I going to get over there? I guess this truck is close enough for the moment. That water crossing is okay. I don't think this water crossing over here is too badly. Maybe I just try coming over. Well, you know what? I've got enough money. I can afford a recovery if I really need one. I really don't want one. I'd be really angry if I'm forced to consume one. Do I want to bring this trailer with me just in case the drilling equipment actually is on the other map? I think the answer is going to be yes. I remember having a bad feeling about parking in the mud right there. So that's already off to a grand start. Fortunately, throwing the lockers on helped with that. Okay, how do I want to get out of here? I gotta come up this road. Comes up to here. Lift my feet to cross the water. Actually, you know what? I think going around this way has a relative degree of safety about it. That's poor road, but it's not blocked road like the rock slide over there. That'll allow me to pull up over here. Okay. Okay, I got a plan. You're overthinking it. Yes, you are, Nico. Overthinking Star Wars on the internet? Never heard of such a thing, yeah. Am I going to Seattle to watch the Avs play? No, I'm not. In an actual post-COVID world, I probably would, but we're not there yet. I am of an age category where that is really not a terribly viable option for me yet. So, not gonna happen. Also, I'm not gonna hold out too much hope at an easy series. Who is it? The NHL 23. They ran their big simulation of the series. Big surprise, Boston won the cup in that simulation. I also took note that they called for the Kraken in 7, which is just going to be too much of a heartbreaker. But next season, I would at least like to go up to see a regular season game up there. Post-COVID world, 20 years down the road, you are not kidding. At the rate that the variants keep going, my ultimate hope is that it reaches the point where it literally does become just another part of the flu strain. So what began as Rona 19 is around forever, but it loses the long COVID bite. Once it's at that point, then if I get it, then yeah, either I die or I don't die, and then that's the end of the story. It's long COVID that is the big bummer for me. I've already got enough cognitive disruption going on. I can't afford anymore. And maybe by that point, we'll finally get around to getting my act together enough to go take Sandwich out for his frosty. I've heard that's what you do to streamers right before you have to have them put down. By the way, Nico, I need to see you in my office after this stream. Okay, we're getting our mutters on. Everyone hang tight through here. I think there are enough winching trees that we're going to make it, but just in case, you might need to push. Go see the Kraken, get a sandwich. Doesn't need to be urgent. Look at that. I looked up in time to see that there was a stump coming, so I didn't crash into it. But I haven't eaten in 6 hours, so I urgently need it. Okay, so there. It's going to be an urgent sandwich regardless. The way that you just wrap that all together is go pick up sandwich and then go to Wendy's, go to Frosty's. And then by that time with Seattle traffic, it'll have been 6 hours. And then I can urgently get like a Dave's Double to go with that Frosty. Now we're rocking. Okay, good. Don't move, Nico. This might pinch a little bit, but then everything will be fine. We're sending you to live on a farm in upstate New York. You should really like it there. Oh my God, I remembered a way that I could go that actually let me go. And unlike that damn GMC, I think I can actually make it up onto the pavement. Oh! I even let off the gas and had some brake going, but it so refused to turn that it beat the snot out of itself. Plus side, I still have all the tires on. Oh, it does sound pretty nice, doesn't it? Yeah. I can get you hooked up. And, Old Bacon Face, if you want a Frosty, let me know. We can hook you up, too. Technically speaking, I do have a very small backyard area, so I got room for a bunch of you back there if you need. Oh, God. I think Alexa was listening to me just now. The cops may be coming. It's cool. Everyone look natural. It'll be no problem. But offer still stands. Oh man, you already had a Frosty in the last 2 weeks. Mrs. Jedi and I shared a Frosty a month ago now? Is that how long it's been? Good lord. And it's probably the only one that I've had in the last 2 or 3 years? I don't know. Wendy's hasn't come up very much for me. Where I happen to live, there are a couple of Wendy's around, but they're not just super convenient. I have to drive to the opposite sides of neighboring cities to get to them, and, you know, once I got to drive more than 6 minutes, there better be something in it for me if I'm going to bother doing it. Something other than just the frosting, that is. Hey, look, you piece of crap truck. Daddy's here. Nope, I regretted that before I even said it. I'm gonna turn on your engine like that's really gonna help. Drag your sorry ass up here. Turn your engine back off. Detach. I'll find a way to regret this, but since this truck currently has more fuel on board, I'm going to go ahead and use it to do my little bit of exploratory surgery over on this other map. And if it pays off, then I can just go grab the other one real quick and come and chase it down. Dickie's is closer. Is Dickie's closer? Hang on. Dickie's is right next door to the other place I like. No, next to Five Guys. Yes, Dickie's is closer to me than Wendy's. I probably end up going near the vicinity of that Wendy's more often. The client that I'm currently working with, who really likes for us to come into the office for an hour and a half every other Monday, they are actually pretty close to a Wendy's. Actually, that's only about 3 blocks from that Wendy's. I've been to the Starbucks that's in between that client and Wendy's, but I haven't actually gotten all the way over to that Wendy's as a result of contracting. Okay, I am over here. Hello, damn. Show me your drilling parts, please. Let's see. Drilling parts! I'm not seeing them. I do have a garage. There's a... Yeah, okay, so Kampu must have hit that watchtower right there. That opened up some of this zone. And then she drove over here because she needed to hit the resupply zone, because the repair trailer, when you buy it as is, comes empty in hard mode. And she couldn't find a place on the first map to actually put repair points into the repair trailer, so she had to drive over here to find this resupply zone. What I don't know is if there actually is a hard mode resupply zone back over on map 1 that we just didn't know about or not. I do also happen to know that there's a gas station right there. In fact, since I'm here, I'm going to run over to that gas station right now and get it active, so it'll show up on the map, be legit. It will not be legitimate enough, however, so I could quit. I'm going to workshop that a little better. I'll do better next time, I promise. Stop you. What's your price? Oh, hey, only $2 a gallon. I'm sorry, $2 a liter over here. It's a very big difference for $2 a gallon. Do I want to fill you up? Not yet. Okay, fuel station now officially shows up on the map. Since I knew it was here anyway, kind of doesn't really matter, but yeah, okay, it's there. Not a drill. Maybe now that I've got the truck over here, if I click this button, damn, it's not even gonna show me the yellow highlight. Some of them at least show you the yellow zone that you can go to find the equipment. And then some of them show you the actual pickup arrow. I don't know what the rules are that they've got in this hard mode as to which ones they're trying to hide from you, because this one shows me nothing. Unless it's out on a third or fourth map, which is a really depressing idea, because I don't remember having to drive that far to get this oil rig drill delivered. That one's not too hard to get to, but I honestly don't know that I can make it with this particular truck. Could probably get that upgrade, though. Did fall on? No, rock on? Where's rock on? Oh, okay. Rock on is Fallen Rocks. Okay, so she did pick that one up. I don't think I can get through those. I'm a little worried about getting through the water in this current truck. This current truck really can't do a whole lot. Its main mission was to get over here just to see if that would help it find the oil rig drill, which it could not. One thing I will do, though, is let me go... I think this opens up a task. Oh, no, that's just straight up cargo management. There's the task. Let me go ahead and collect this one. Maybe there's something over there. So that is a lost trailer. That's just the delivery point for the last trailer. Yes. And then there's someone later on down the road who wants that fuel. I guess the yellow square in back is for auto loading, the red square is for manual loading. Let me get this guy. Still did a burn damage. Let me get him parked up here at the gas station. Stop engine. You're not helping anybody, so why don't you just sit on this map? You keep the gas station company, I guess. Oh yeah, more fuel. That's the one that actually wants it. Didn't get activated though, did it? No, it didn't. I really can't turn down the opportunity for a quick easy mission. I don't think you can show drilling parts on Twitch. Well, clearly that is my problem then. I'll have to move over to Kick or YouTube, I guess, to whip out those drilling parts. I'm just kidding. There's almost no way I'm going to bother doing anything with Kick. I'm a quarter of the way to affiliated without ever having streamed, just by virtue of networking, but I don't know that I personally view them as being legitimate enough yet to warrant actually having access to my banking information. So I might pop on real quick to do an hour or two of unaffiliated stream just to see what the interface is like going through OBS. I do like the fact that it allowed me to enter my own emojis immediately without having to go through an approvals process, which circles back around to the whole doesn't exactly feel legitimate yet issue. But you can't use your emotes on anyone else's channel, so that makes them far less useful. Try not to roll on the highway, please. Wait, that is a pickup arrow. Did coming over here to activate this task accidentally tell me what I needed to know? Kick like Twitch before, and then it's funny you should ask. Kick is like Twitch in that somewhere in its history, it's literally using the same code that Twitch does. The default text on things, like the about box, if you don't fill it in, says we don't know who they are, but we're sure they're a really nice person. That's literally the same. Most of the layout is all the same. They tend to color their stuff green, where Twitch is more purple. And of course, their TOS is significantly different. They are all about supporting gambling. That's kind of their number one thing. At the moment, if you're not a gambling stream, your chances of actually being found by anybody are remarkably low. Service spare parts. Ooh. You hang on. Hey! It's the oil rig drill. Who knew? Well, I'll tell you what. I can go grab the oil rig drill. That's going to take 4 slots. The service spare parts that I need to fix the rockfall on the other map are going to take 1. Instead of paying $150 for it here, I am just going to go ahead and add it on to my order with the big drill stuff. And then I'm going to try to bring it back through town with me. I believe this truck might actually prove useful for taking the steel beams that it's going to need to finish clearing that rockfall. I think I can score myself a twofer here. Hey, Bindi Roy, welcome in. Oh man, the greeter bot is doing its job. I am very happy with that thing. I can think of a dozen different things I want to do to improve it, but I am happy that it's running, and I love that it's giving you the casual wave in. Welcome in. I am continuing my hard mode play here, just because I want to see how much of it I can actually pull off. This has kind of become my de facto Wednesday SnowRunner stream in between seasons now, since I am all caught up on all of them. Oh, doing the same thing? Yeah, I think it's going around now. Miss Moon hasn't gotten to it yet, but that's because she still has a smidge of Ontario and a little bit of Yukon, and I don't think she's even touched Maine yet, so she's got some stuff to go still. I am working through the discovery process in hard mode of sometimes it tells you it wants a thing, and sometimes it shows you right where it is, sometimes it shows you kind of where it is, and sometimes it gives you no clues and you have to accidentally stumble on it like I just did. Sadly here, specific to this case, I am playing on Switch, so loading times between maps are abysmal. I fume with jealousy watching a PC streamer just pop between maps like that. Alright, well, you say, why am I transparent? What's happening here? Okay then, I'm going to park you up right here first. Because you know I have very little faith in you. Is Rock Slide? Yes, Rock Slide is the one that I want to look at. 1 metal beam, 1 service spare part. That's all it needs. And the metal beams are just on the other side there in town. So if I take this truck, splurge the $150 to go load up the beam and drop it off, then I can bring the service spare part back with the drill rig. And then actually, I'm working out here. I might actually take the drill rig around that way. The way that I just came out, because the trailer went pretty smooth through all of that. It's a little less driving than coming all the way down through there. Okay, yeah, this might be manageable. If I can get the GMC through that very slightly muddy spot. And And if I can maintain just a hint of daylight, so I can keep an eye on where this road goes. Let me go see if I can pick up that metal beam. Let me go out wide over here this time. Yeah, that went better. Not great, but better. It probably wasn't the hardest, but there were some spots that were quite challenging. And then there were some spots that were kind of easy and breezy, so you could take your time. Ooh, I had a quick flash of the not like this kid, but I think we're recovered here. But yeah, I loved the main portion. I had some fun with the Dawn region, but that was primarily because I was in the zone coming off of that one, and I finished the whole thing in like 3-4 hour days. So if I had been playing it on a weekend, I think I could have finished it in a single day. Yeah, so not exactly the most challenging, but interesting things to do on it. And I've developed some fondness for Michigan. A lot of it because there's so many of the maps that, you know, have that real nice look to them, like Ontario. And you go, hey, that's a really nice looking setup that they built for their level map. Kind of reminds me of Michigan, so I guess Michigan must have been pretty good after all. Now that I've actually had some extra things to compare against. Ooh, this truck was not made for pushing over trees, but it definitely not. An offline in Hickory Valley map doing gold production. Presuming, because I don't recognize the name, that must be a mod map. Nico's cheating on me with those old Zelda games again. Honestly, Nico, assuming you're still lurking out there somewhere, I really have enjoyed you playing the old Zeldas. I've got them all on my list. I've got save points built on all of them at, you know, 5 minutes of game time in, but I think it's just the old control scheme on them, since I never played them that way to begin with. It just feels so painful to me that I haven't really gone back and played them properly like I honestly should. So that's where I'm able to kind of pick up the lore vicariously through your playthrough. Okay, here comes the big spender. Boom, $150, like I made of money. Don't doubt that I'd end up spending more than $150. So at least, yeah, more than $150 on fuel, just driving around trying to do it any shorter. Yeah, they are paying off. Haven't you finished that game yet, though? I thought you'd already finished that one. And you know what? The first time I said that, I actually kind of meant it because I didn't realize just how much those couple of games, Ocarina and Majora's Mask, look like each other. But obviously every time since then is just because I am a smart ass. Although most of the times I would emphasize one of those words more than the other. It's the winch could reach the pole. Prepared for another moment of two-wheel drive highway embarrassment. Drainage. It's time to drain the swamp. Oh, no, you did not. Activate pumps. Yeah, we'll get to that eventually. Decent cash and okay XP. I may need those later. The waves after waves of reinforcements are too much. Oh, well, I know that the waves after waves of reinforcements are too much in Fire Emblem. Wait a minute. Oh, nope. That's okay. I could use that. I need to start tracking. Then I can hold this down. Okay. Phew. Okay. 1 metal beam delivered. Stop engine. Change back over to the Fleet Star. Fleet Star's getting a little low on fuel, so I think we may have to go hit the $2 station over here. Drain the swamp. When did this game sadly get political? Oh boy, you are telling me. When was this game released? 2019? So, yeah. Yeah, that probably was an intentional pun. I must have blocked it out of my memory from the first time around. While this loads, I'm going to give you all a free hydrate with coffee, the cold coffee monkey. Yep, an hour 54 in. We are definitely slightly sub room temperature. I figure if I let this stand out long enough, it will just become ice on its own. Well, then here's your paid for hydrate. Okay, now you're being a jerk, but I'm going to keep drinking it. Oh, okay, you're making me pay up in arrears. Got it.
For rock and stone!
For rock and stone! Okay, I'm going to run over here. I forgot this thing gets so back heavy. I go popping wheelies at the drop of a hat. I'm going to run over. I'm going to go collect my cargoes first. I'm running through my head, because this is hard mode, optimal way to actually load this stuff. Since I just paid $150 for some simple steel beams. Metal beams, I guess technically. I don't know what kind of metal they're made of. I just assume it's steel. But since I've already paid $150 on this one little mini adventure, I'm reticent to do it again. Not 100% certain that this crane is going to be terribly happy about loading the drill rig. It should do it. If it does it, I may want to play the crane push game to slide it back a few slots, or back a slot, so that the service spare parts have somewhere to go. Because if I load the rig first and it's forward, I don't think this crane can get high enough to put the parts on top of it to allow me to back them. And I'm way too cheap to spend another $150. Certainly too cheap to pay $300 to load both pieces on when I've got a crane just right here. I don't think you're here, but thank you, Kampu, for putting this back in my head. Some of the later trucks are so well balanced that I don't even have to think about putting out the anchors on them. But this one definitely needs it. Let's go with the oil rig drill first. I want that to be on the loading platform, so don't get charged. Just pick it up. Dragging it sideways is only going to work so far. It really needs to go up. Needs to go up. No, it needs to go. Oh, if I hit the up button, it started working better. I was trying to winch it in, which was nice, but yeah, not actually raising the winch itself was causing some problems. Switch back there. Let's see. What kind of hitbox have you got here? What kind of problems are you going to cause me? Let's see. Oh, that'll pack. Oh, is it all 5? Oh, okay. That's alright. That's alright. We can work with this. It actually is taking all 5, not just 4. but I can put the service spare parts out there, and then I can just carry those on the crane. Come with me, young squire. Just gonna tuck you up right there. Exit out of this menu. Oops, wait a second. Wait a second. Deactivate the anchor, because that makes for a little safer drive. It is so butt heavy that it's having trouble turning, and I'm just on the level ground. There we go. Butt dragging away. Okay, step one. Well, really, we're like 6 steps deep, but going forward, step one, we are headed for the gas station. We are going to get all jazzed up before attempting to make this return drive. Avoid the big rocks because they're going to cause me damage when I'm this heavily loaded. Ooh, got some good music coming in. Did I miss cones? Oh man, I'll try harder next time, I promise. There are lots of cones in this game, and the really good news is that it's just like a bowling alley. Even when you knock them over, when you come back later, they've all been stood back up again, so you can knock them all down again. That's how you get the really high scores. You know what I can do? Oh, I was going to say to be super clever, except that that trailer is so heavy that it's dragging me. It's trying to drag me back. I can just leave the trailer there to go get gas. And I don't have to drag it around quite as much. As long as I can get hooked back up to it on the way back. Take this super secret hidden path over here. And I don't have to make any tight turns or do any backing up in order to get pivoted around in a good position here. Fuel station. $372. Is that full? Yeah, that's not bad. I can live with that. Because I think repairing the road alone is going to pay more than that. Game of the year? You mean the cone bowling? I would pay Game of the Year money for that. Okay, step one. I'm going to get that up a little bit more out of the way. Because we may have to hold our breath just a little bit. Get loaded back under. Oh, there we go. Oops. It does automatically disconnect the winch when you attach the trailer. Which maybe makes sense, maybe it doesn't. Who am I to say? Okay, now we're going to do this with a full belly and a honk. Have another transition monkey. Let me reposition a little bit here and get my sign up over the head of my beer. Look at that! All my little green indicators are actually still green. Puts us in a happy place. Okay. Oh, hey, good. Brought the cargo with me, and actually that's not in a bad place for it to sit. So as is, I can't actually deliver the service spare parts because I don't have flatbed space to put it on. So do I want to attempt to run this GMC over here? You know, right at the moment, I kind of don't. I kind of hate that GMC. So instead, what I'm going to do, hold on to that. I'm going to drive this over to the first intersection where I'm going to turn, but the crate needs to go straight. And I'm just going to throw it on the ground. Normally, I'm a little hesitant to do that because cargo on the ground has a tendency to glitch into the ground. Is Daddy here? No. This stream doesn't take that stuff lightly, Nico. We're a respectable stream around here. I also don't remember what the daddy joke was, but I'm sure it was good. So the Yukon, I believe, is where I suffered the most lost cargo. That one in particular, there's a delivery where you got to drive kind of along the cliffside, and it's cargo that doesn't exist anywhere else on the map. So when it glitched into the rocks, so it became impossible to pick it up ever again, I actually had to restart the mission. And that was sad making. But I'm going to take a gamble here, since those parts are unlimited. Should that one attempt to disappear on me, we'll just let it go. Go grab another one. I think if I stay on that side of the drill site, that will give me the best grip. No, in fact, stop talking to me, Nico. You're going to make me roll. I don't know, man. Twitch stands a free country. You can clip anything you like. And honestly, I'm trying to remember that, but I don't. You know, that whole conversation about needing to avoid long COVID because I've got enough cognitive damage already. Yeah, that's it right there. Did I say something? I don't know. Probably. Was it good? Hope so. Might have been. Probably not. What was it? I don't know. It's kind of like driving this truck. Sometimes you turn the wheels and it doesn't matter. It does what it wants. It's nothing like that. I just said that because that's what the truck is doing. Me and the drill rig, we're making it. We are getting somewhere. Don't want to go down there. There's a trailer. It's out there in the water. The water isn't very deep, but it's kind of muddy. With the raised suspension and the slightly larger tires on, this truck might be able to pull itself back out after latching on. I know you can grab it with a winch from a distance, but the winch on this one isn't very long either. And I don't want to have to rely on the GMC to pull me out of the mud, because you know it's not going to do it. So I think we're just going to keep going along with this until I can get to rank 6 and get some better tires. And then at that point, I think I might be ready to start taking a few extra gambles. Oh yeah, I got a beacon. I got to turn it on so I can be safe. I almost forgot, man. No, it's not going to happen. Fetch is not going to happen, Nico. But if you stream tonight, then we can do that all you like. Especially if Tay shows up. God help us all. So after their crushing defeat yesterday, did Tay actually show up to lament the terrible Avalanche performance? Because I got so super sleepy, and I knew I was going to be up early, so I had to bail on you guys a little early. Well, it's a perfect reason to not stream, but then your career would have to end because you know the moment you hop back online, it's coming. Wish it wasn't, man. Wish it wasn't. I blame the cat, in addition to Tay. I love being able to blame Tay. Don't know Tay. Never met Tay. Don't think he deserves half the credit you give him for stuff, but it's so awesome to have a scapegoat like that. You know what? If this was a better truck, I would 100% go ahead and try to do it that way, but this is not a better truck. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to go ahead and go kind of on the road side of it instead. It's going to lead to misery and heartache, but, you know, it is SnowRunner, so you got to expect some of that. But this actually made it around there better than I was specting. Okay, into the water. Everybody lift your feet. They're going to get wet. Okay, we're going diff lock. The perfect GMC truck isn't ideal. God damn it, Nico. And actually, at the moment, I was churning through my head. Hey, you know what? Maybe once I've delivered this drill, hopefully it will auto-deliver that other trailer so the contract is complete. I could just whip the GMC around the lake the long way, because I think I know a decent line as long as it's light out, that I could get it up the damn hill onto the pavement, and it could go deliver that one last crate. But it doesn't have a crane. It doesn't even have a crane. So it can't pick the cargo up to put it in its flatbed, so it can't deliver it either. That truck can't do anything. I'm going to have to go back after it with this one. I just have to decide if I want to pull the trailer behind me or not. You know, if I'm going forward with this one, I'm going to bring the trailer so I can deliver it on my side of the rocks instead of wasting time driving this stupid GMC around, or me around to it, either way. All those options are full of stupid, so I'm not doing them. Lets me finish this one as is. Then I can run over and I can do the relatively quick delivery on those service spare parts to unblock that highway. And I think that will probably wrap it up for today, because as I mentioned when I first got started, I am on dinner duty hunt today, and neither one of us is very sure. We've got a whole lot going over there in the fridge/freezer. So either I have to invent something, which is going to take effort, so, you know, we're already in the hole there, or I'm going to have to go out and go hunting for something. All this earlier talk about Wendy's has a certain level of appeal, but like I said, it's more than 5 or 6 minutes away, so, yeah, screw that. Oops, sorry, fence. Wow, that is a whole lot of name. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna try to pronounce your name in a moment here. First, let me see if I can make this delivery. Oil wheel drink. Yes, and I think it automatically picked up the other part. Yes, stage complete. Give me some fireworks. Promoted to rank 5. Awesome. Let me stop the engine for a second here. I'm going to bring up the map because I'm going to prep for that. Let me put on my reading glasses and lean in tight. Woo. For Carl. Hey, hey, hey! I'm a rank 5 trucksman. Oh man, what do we have here? Ebenotietvich Zabel? Oh boy, that was bad. I'm going to apologize before, after, and during the attempted. Thank you for the redeem. Welcome in. My chat greeter Autobot doesn't recognize automatically off of redeems. That's why it didn't throw out the automatic wave. But I definitely want to acknowledge you as a fresh redeemer. Welcome in. Doing some hard mode SnowRunner in between season releases now. I do my regular seasons in normal mode so that I can maintain a small semblance of sanity. But in between those seasons, now that I'm caught up, I'm doing some hard mode multiplayer as people pop in and drop in, drop out, tune in, tune off. I don't remember, whatever the drug reference is. That's what people do now. Oh, okay, I got myself turned around. I am going to do one more quick mission here. I am going to take this trailer around. I am going to go pick up that little piece of cargo, which I am interested to note doesn't show up as actual I've abandoned it cargo. That's a little different. That's Smithville Dam stuff. I'm going to go ahead and start accepting all of these dam missions. Oh, greeters on the lookout. It's the rocks one. Is it rock slide? Yeah, it's rock slide. Okay, let me go back to tracking that. That only needs the service spare parts. Super interesting that it's not showing me on the map, but I know it's there because I'm the one who put it there. Let me go deliver that real quick. And then it's dinner excitement time. Now, it's possible I may make a run over to the Trader Joe's is actually real close. That one opened just last December, so that's nice and convenient. They don't have the best selection. Oh, wait a minute. I am getting a text message at the moment from Mrs. Jedi about what is going on here. I believe Poke Bowls via DoorDash or Chow Now. I'm just making up delivery services. Okay, hang on. While I'm driving, this is safe. I'm texting and driving, kids. Pay attention. Learn from my teaching. We have truffle salmon poke bowls with extra poke coming. Mine is kale based. Hers is going to have brown rice. And oh, hey, it should be here in about half an hour. So boom, I have been relieved of hunting duty. It at least means I should have a good chunk of time here to go finish off this mission because I'm going to find some way of getting myself in a pickle. Oh, pickles sound good. I have an unopened jar of Sucker Punch pickles in the fridge. I got myself a treat coming before Poke. Let me bring this back up so I can check out chat again. So hey, I am in good shape here. I don't know, Mrs. Jedi, if you've actually been watching. I'm assuming that you were doing the school/work stuff in your 16-hour days. That is both horrible for you and congratulations on doing it for so long. But whether it's because you knew I was struggling to come up with an idea or not, you have solved dinner. That makes you a champion. Here you go. These are champion fireworks for Mrs. Jedi's order. Just because that's the only green screen thing that I've got hooked up right now. I used to have my happy birthday one. That was one of my older scenes. One of the older scenes is what was causing all of my shoutouts to double up inexplicably because I used an old shoutout machine that isn't active anymore on the older scenes, and the newer shoutout machine on the newer ones, and I still don't understand what OBS did to them, but deleting the old scenes was the only way to fix it. So I've still got the file out there, but it's not hooked up to anything. So that's one of the other things that I got to do for channel growth is go find more fun overlay stuff. I'm going to be getting the automated sound effects hooked up to my greeter bot. So that's going to add a little more sound to help fill out the landscape of the channel. Technically speaking, I can hook up a bunch of soundboard stuff to my Stream Deck. Now that I have eliminated an entire page worth of buttons by getting rid of all of the old scenes and the way that they transition together, I got tons of space for sound effect buttons. I just need actual sound effects. I've got a bunch hooked up to Trigger Fire. Those are the ones that are related to the redeems and things. I've got one that's in use for KDP right now. She's the only one that has active walk-on music. Walk-up music. I think it's officially called walk-up music in baseball. I am not big on baseball, so I get a little fast and loose with terminology. I think it's called walk-up music. So she's the only one that's got one. It's hooked into Trigger Fire because it was convenient, but I'm going to be transitioning that over so it actually runs locally off of my machine with my local bot. That also means that I can quickly and easily swap out tunes. It's a totally unrelated story. Oh, okay, no damage this time. Totally unrelated story, but God damn it! Oh well, who needs suspension? At least the fuel tank took a little damage, but it's still intact. And I've still got all my tires, so I guess we're good enough. Oh, hello! Yo, man, I gotta put on my reading glasses. It's so far away. We'll just go with Yugi. Welcome in. We're doing some hard mode SnowRunner while I'm in between seasons on my normal mode playthrough. Even with the water bug in Ontario, I did enjoy that season. I thought it was pretty good sized for a 2-map season. I am really looking forward to, what's that going to be, season 12 with the big 4 maps. That one will buy me a little extra time, but I am at 100% in my normal mode play through all the standard stuff. Make sure I haven't lost track yet. Okay, I haven't gotten there yet. So I'm off doing a little hard mode. I'm finishing up Rock Slide here, and then that will probably be it for the day. But I do try to play SnowRunner every Wednesday until I'd say until season 10 is out. But honestly, once the Mastodon is released, I'll probably do one Wednesday stream on my normal. Maybe not my normal mode game because there's really nothing to do with it. But yeah, I'm going to do something with the Mastodon when it's released. But otherwise, I'll be doing my hard mode plays until season 10 is out. Well, that was it for the day, Nico, until Mrs. Jedi saved everything and bought me an extra 30-ish minutes. Probably got another 20 minutes. And unless I do something poor with this box right here, probably won't use that entire time. But yeah, I definitely enjoy announcing that I'm pretty much done and then not being done. It's a fun exercise for the reader. Pack you up, restore you away. Don't need 4-wheel on the pavement. Especially when I can't even get the front wheels to touch the pavement. This should be dry enough. I can just tool right on around here. Giant pile of rocks should be about ready to just dissipate into the ether. Stop engine cargo management. Deliver it. Boom! Rock side's cleared, and there's that damn GMC just looking at me from the other side over there. $1,600 is not bad. I am over halfway to rank 6. I need both hands for this. Rank 6 is my current goal here. I gotta find a Nico sticker to put on that GMC. I think if you're playing on PC, you can use the editors to actually import your own stickers. There is no way you can do it here on the Switch. Nintendo is so paranoid about you managing to find a way to put porn into the game that it took them 3-4 extra months to even allow the mods that already go through an official approval process to make sure that there isn't any of that in there to get double approved and go through. So yeah, there's no way they're going to let me make my own Nico sticker. But if I go back to playing that one mod map that only works on PC that I've got set up on my Steam Deck, I'm going to look into it. Because I would love to put a Nico sticker right across that GMC and then make you watch it do nothing for me as we go along. So let me see, how am I doing on... So I got a bunch of tasks open. So there's actually a bunch of stuff ready to go on this map, all task-wise. I've got 2 upgrades, the Scout 800, and at least 3 more watchtowers, all just waiting to give me equipment and experience points. Experience points especially. Oh, hey, look at that, Tonka. 2 auto mods in the same session. You are on fire, man. And for such relatively innocuous words, too. Nerd and cowards. And yes, Nintendo is super, super paranoid about stuff. So I tell you what, that puts us at a good quitting position. And because Nico was so critical of me not quitting earlier, I'm going to do it this time. I'm gonna call your bluff, Nico, and I'm actually going to quit. I'm not just going to sign off, though, because that's totally rude. I mean, you got to have your end screen, and you got to have your music. And I should take a quick peek to see if there's anyone playing SnowRunner that might be an interesting raid, just because there's a couple of people. That makes it fun for everything going on to actually get a little bit of raid in. Okay, wait. Oh, there. Oh, okay. I don't need to Jedi sept myself. So let me pause that while I take a look. Killer's Road is playing SnowRunner. Invert's playing Dredge, but I don't know. I prefer my Dredge with Dan Servo, because he is not incompetent at the game, but he puts on a good show as though he is. So it makes it entertaining and lively when he does. So I think I'm gonna hold off on that. I am gonna set up the raid into Killer's Road, especially if you happen to be learning Spanish, like Once Upon a Time I Was. He does a really good job of bilingualing. It's a verb now. His streams. So here, let me get this set up. I think that's actually thinking about going in. It has taken... Oh, hey, there's my controls. So there we go. Thank you very much for joining. I'm coming back Saturday. I am on track to receive my Advance Wars 1 and 2 reboot on Friday. So I think that's going to be Saturday's stream. I'm going to take a small break from the Metroid. I will be going back to it the following Saturday, but this Saturday I think is going to be Advance Wars, just because I'm getting it and it's going to be fresh and shiny. And I've actually never played the originals. I've played lots of clones. It's kind of like the Metroid stuff. I've played lots of clones, just not the original one. So that's going to be lots of fun. And then next Wednesday, I'll be back here with more SnowRunner. Look forward to seeing everybody then. Bye-bye.